This is FriendQuest.
Well,
Welcome back.
that's
Oh my god, a fairy. Wait, I'm gonna have 2 fairies. Shit, we're gonna be so good to go.
Can you call people that anymore?
2 fairies?
Whoa!
You couple of you're no, you just call one person a 2 fairy. A tooth fairy. Never mind. That's going nowhere.
You got the joke, man. Yeah,
You're
not
getting
dead.
it. We're doing it. We're doing
Yeah,
it.
Yep.
We're so funny.
We're so edgy.
We're so edgy and whoa. Oh yeah, these things.
Look out, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, watch out, Eddie Murphy. That very timely. Not to say anything bad about Eddie Murphy, but
No, but when he had that comedy special that was like the. Right, wasn't it in like the 90s he did that one, or was it late 80s when he did that one and it was just like.
I feel like that's like late 80s.
You know, when he was in like the red.
Yeah.
Outfit, whatever,
He had the red jacket.
Yeah.
I feel like that's late 80s, but I'm not. God, I hate it.
Hey, have you played Zelda before?
Shut your. Hey, have you ever speedrun a game before?
Here's the speedrun.
Here's what?
So you're trying to save the princess, is how this game, what it's all about.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you about it.
Well,
And you're trying to get these triangles.
you're trying to save Hyrule, but the key to saving Hyrule is Zelda. Like, she's always the key.
Yeah, and so you gotta go get in a fish to.
You gotta go into a fish.
Yeah.
Gotta get yourself a fish.
Get into a fish.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much more dungeon there was after you
Beat
beat the dungeon.
No, that wasn't the boss. That was a mini boss, bro.
Oh, you're fucking right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a grosser thing to fight. I mean, we're getting there, but we're not there yet. He's so right. He's so right.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I remember.
I remember.
And so does Pepperidge Farm.
Oh, Milano cookies. Oh, so good.
They're pretty good.
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I'm into them. Really?
Yep.
Thank you. Gotta hit them that oblongata or whatever. Hey!
Oh,
Whoa!
no.
Bad touch.
The guy.
The jelly. The jelly man.
Oh, no.
I hear it. Where is it?
When I was at community college,
Oh, there it is.
if Todd's listening, Todd will remember this. He was there. We had this psychology class
Uh-huh.
by this crazy lady. She was just weird. She was just a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
And she would just like walk out of the class to do something.
Okay.
But then she would just like be gone for like a half an hour. And
No-
so we were always like speculating like what she was doing for like that half an hour that she would be leaving her own class for. You know, like she's supposed to be teaching and she would like disappear for half an hour
Right.
in the middle of class. So we had like all these little like things in our head that she's like wandering around the school and like she got lost trying to get back to the classroom.
Okay.
So like one guy would do impressions of her and like she'd be crawling through the air ducts above the classroom. She'd be like, I can hear you, but I can't see you. And
Aw.
and then so we here's the bullshit.
Here's the rub.
Here's the rub. We had to do these huge projects and these presentations at the end of the semester.
What?
And then we had to like take the the big exam. And like the day we're supposed to be like getting our results, like the last day of class, no, she didn't show up for the last class at all.
Uh-huh.
We don't know what. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's just her, just like not showing up in the last class, and nobody knew what they got for their grade on their final project.
she just no-showed it.
Yeah. So then like we get our grades, and her grades aren't entered when like grades get released.
Okay.
And then we all get a letter in the mail that said she disappeared.
What?
Yep. And so, like, until, like, they could find her, like, everybody was given, like, a temporary A. After we had put, like, all this work into these stupid projects.
What the fuck is a temporary A?
Like, if she came back.
And like, if she came back, if they found the missing person who could have just wandered off on her own because she's crazy.
Which she did anyway.
That was going to be the person who decided your grade after you were given a temporary A. Like, I feel like after all of that, like, years down the line, you find out you actually flunked that grade, you know?
Your degree is now revoked.
Right, yeah, because they found her. She was living in the woods somewhere. She freaking, like, Henry David Thoreau'd the shit.
Yeah, she just went off the grid for fun.
Right. She was just like, you know what? No, I'm just done. I'm done with this.
Yeah, she just disappeared.
And she, like, living off the land for years, and then, like, one day she, like... it's just like one day she like find like a piece of like trash or something like comes floating down the river, and it's like it's some kid's book report.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? No, I have a duty. I owe it to those kids who are now in their 20s. Like,
but then like we like, you know, like, dude, community college is just like the show Community. I don't know if you ever watched it, but like that show hit the nail on the head with like the community college experience. But like the next, you know, semester ends, so we have our time off between semesters, and then we come back the next semester, and I see like everybody I had class with, and we're all just looking at each other like, what happened?
You're all just like a collective, like, what?
And then I saw the guy that would always do the impressions of her, like, in the air vents, and he's like, she's stuck up there. I know she is. I know it. You can't tell me she's not. I just know she is.
Oh, no.
Oh, and this
number.
Piece of work. I'm a real piece of
shit. But then she, like, totally gets into you. Isn't that just the way? Sorry, I shouldn't make sweeping generalizations about...
Did you ever have like the bad luck where like somebody who annoyed you were the people that had a crush on you?
Well, I mean, like when I was like much younger, sure, because like when you're like a little kid, yeah, like how, like I mean, like I'm thinking of like, you know, elementary school with like the girl that like, you know. Like, you tease the girl you like, or the girl that likes you is just, like, really, like, a little too into you.
Or they're just, like, annoying.
Right.
Or, like, dude, like, that was, like, for a long time, like, that was, like, the thing. My wife excluded. She was not of these. But, like, all through grade school, and then, like, at high school, when I had, like, my high school job, there was a girl that was into me who was, like, super annoying. And I'm like, no, I like these other people that don't like me, and then now you like me, but I don't like you.
Right.
What is, like, it's like this circle of people not liking the...
Well, it was never that they would be annoying, is that like I was absolutely horrid at reading signals. Just the worst. Plus overall I was fairly like immature. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
not that I was like I wasn't socially mature for a very long time. I don't know. That's why I was like always playing video games and stuff. I just was never, it didn't click until like, I want to say until like the very end of high school. I started to like turn on as far as like social abilities. I'm like, oh, that's right. I can talk to people. Shoot.
Oh yeah. I'm still like socially immature and
yeah, I'm
stupid.
Not saying I'm great at it,
but it's like now it like gets me places. I work at like a corporate world where, you know, business meetings and like
business,
you know,
you're a man of business,
conferences and whatnot. And so now I'll be like in a huge meeting with like a bunch of like upper management people, and they're like, okay, we got some new people, like let's go around the room and what's a question to break the ice? Griff, give us something weird to ask people. And I just like fired away one day, what's your favorite smell? And like that got like everybody, like there was equal parts like people rolling their eyes and then other people like, that's Griff.
Oh, that Griff.
Yeah. And then
I loved this, that you go like, I'm gonna blow up this rock, and then everything around it but the rock blows up.
Yeah.
That's my shit right there. That's my ish, as the kids say. Do they say that still? I don't know.
Man.
So, speaking of, like, teachers, have you ever had, like...
A teacher disappear? Yeah, I just told the story. Were you not paying attention?
No, like, have you ever had, like, the same teacher, but not, like, the same person, but, like, you had a teacher of, like, a similar subject, and, like, they reminded you so much of another teacher that you had of the same like, it was like they were, like, breeding them, like, they were coming out of, they were, like, there was, like, a mold somewhere where, like, this is a math teacher, and then, like, they would step out and there'd be, like, fog, and it would be, like, they would, like, put, like, slightly different features on them so that they wouldn't be the same, look the same.
No.
You get what I'm going at?
Yeah, I do, but...
Like pod people, but teachers?
I never had that experience that I can think of. Man, it was just all... God, all my teachers growing up and through high school, they were all just characters. There were, like, I think there was, like, 3 teachers I've ever had that were, like, normal... Just, like, normal people.
Mm-hmm.
That were here, we're here, and we're gonna teach, and...
We're here to teach.
You know.
This is my job, and this is what I'm doing.
Like, I had one teacher in high school, he's my chemistry teacher, Mr. Hoffman, who was, like, a down-to-earth, like, he was one of the football coaches, but he wasn't, like, a douchebag. Like, he was one of the guys, like, he would punish the football players harder than he would punish the not-sport
Right,
ballers.
yeah. I experienced a teacher like that. Like,
yeah,
he was, like, during gym, he was an ass, but then, like, any other... Like, he also taught, like, other classes, and it was like, oh, yeah, no, he's just a nice guy.
And I remember there was, like, one of, like, the first tests of the semester, and, like, everybody bombed the test. And he, you know, a lot of teachers, like, would sit down and they'd be like, what the hell, what are you guys doing? There's nobody studying, and, you know, they would yell at us. And, like, he gets in front of class, he's like, okay, everybody, nobody did well on this test. What did I do wrong? What do you guys have? Like, what do I need to do to make sure you guys are getting this? And I was like, dude, this guy
right here.
And I didn't study or do anything. And I'm like, this is a teacher who, like, I'm going to work for this guy. And, like, I studied. Like, that was the one class that, like, I did really well in.
Right.
Because it was, like, important to him that we did well.
Right, yeah. Like, that, you know, that's a teacher who's taking their position as an educator seriously and not just looking at it as a job. And they're like, what? Oh, man. Like, they're, like, teachers, I feel like some teachers might have that, like, mentality of, like, the students are kind of like their shitty coworkers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that piece of work, that little Anthony. Sorry to everybody I know whose name is Anthony.
If your name's Anthony, then fuck you.
Fuck yeah. No. Oh, but I had back to the pod people.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
I just want to explain that so I don't sound insane.
I am interested in this.
It didn't happen that often, but there was, like, my elementary school, middle school, and high school gym teachers, or at least one of the high school gym teachers. They were just the same person. They weren't the same person, but they were basically the same person.
They had the same template.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they were both. They were all, like, shorter. I hope this doesn't come off in a mean way. They were shorter, like, butchier women.
Sure.
And but they all had, like, the same, like they were like really strict, and they were gym teachers, so they wanted to get you in the frickin'. Where am I going? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going back to the frickin' castle. I got all the frickin' stones. I'm good to go, bro.
Yeah.
But, you know, they were nice, but they had, like, this sort of, like, gruff, and, like, they tried to be. I feel like they tried to be funny a lot. I don't know. They all had the very similar personality. And then I had a similar thing, I want to say, with, like, some of my art teachers, or, like, my art professors or something. I don't know, it was a weird thing. Or, man, there was just something about them. I don't know. Like, they screamed, like, oh, this is an art teacher.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, after a few, because I took a lot of art classes in all of my education. I just took a bunch of art classes because I like art. I was pretty good at it, but I was never really good at it. but like most of my art teachers like reminded me of the other art teachers.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just like that, like when you're the creative type, you're maybe just that kind of a person. I don't know.
I had like history teachers in high school that were all totally loony. And we're gonna get into that next time.
Are we?
Yeah.
What? Oh, we can go a little bit longer.
Oh my God, we're going long on these Ocarina sessions.
I feel like because there's a lot to these, and there's a lot of like nothing in between, you know.
It's true.
So yeah, we'll get to the Temple of Time. Oh, spoiler! Sorry.
I had my history teachers were always just loons. One lady would lecture staring out the window. These boring classes, but she would just like constantly stare out the window her whole lecture. Just out the window. Wouldn't look at us at all, and just the Babylonians. I don't even know what she was
talking about. She was doing like the dramatic like stare out the window, like holding a like a whiskey glass, you know, like
no, like she was just staring at. We were on the second floor, so she was just like staring at the trees. She would just
go on and on,
stare at it, and just talk.
Maybe it's like a a social, like antisocial thing or something like that. Like she couldn't. Like, I have a hard time looking people in the eye when I talk to them.
I guess, but, like, there was, like, the one time that I went and, like, talked to her after class or something, and she was, like, engaging and, like, chill and, like, normal. But when she was in teacher mode, she was just, like, out the window and
maybe it's
just
like
rambling on and
like
on.
talking in front of an audience thing or something.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And then my other history teacher, she was weird. She was really weird. And, like...
I feel like teachers are just an interesting breed.
Oh, yeah, I married one. Absolutely.
Aw. That's right.
She's asked me before, like, am I weird? Like, am I weird? I'm like, no, you're a kook.
You're a kook.
You're a
That's
kook.
different.
You're kooky and great. She's like she's
kooky.
Like,
I like you.
She's like a mad scientist of music teaching. Like
the best.
She makes all of her own posters with like all of like her teaching aid visual things, and it's just all ridiculous and hilarious looking.
See, I feel like I would have liked to have had a music teacher like your wife, but like because like the music teachers I had in like elementary school, one was just an mean old lady.
Oh yeah,
mean old lady, like the mean old lady who spent the entire time at the piano.
Yeah,
like didn't do anything engaging. Was just like, all right, read from this sheet music. All right, read from this sheet music. Like it's like, I don't want to sing this song again. I really don't. And then I think the other one was just, she was weird. Again, like that's just teachers are just weird, but not like a good kooky weird. Just sort of, she was just odd.
Yeah,
she was just odd.
Third grade.
What am I doing? Where am I going?
When I first started noticing like females.
little Griffey was noticing the change.
A little glint in my eye. And it just so happens that year.
Oh my.
My teacher, it was her first year at our school, and I will never forget Miss LaBelle, who was she was a redhead.
Oh.
And oh my.
Oh yeah, I get the discount from this guy because the Death Mountain Gate dude. Although the worst part about it is like you have to have the 80 rupees to still buy it.
Yeah.
But then he only takes
half of it or whatever.
What kind of discount was that? That wasn't a discount, was it? I don't know, whatever. I can't do math. Whatever, give me the shield. Bye.
And I care too little.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, there's these two that are just constantly get a room. Gosh,
dude, they took their motion sickness pills. They're gonna spin without a care in the world.
Oh man, we got the Temple of Light.
Honey, I love you so.
All right, we're gonna go in here.
Puke in each other's face. What?
Yeah, we're gonna go in here and puke on each other.
Oh, now we're talking, man.
All right.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.